Let me say something about planning books first of all. I actually told this story on the way here. I was talking to a group of children once in a library, and the children were asking me questions after I'd given a presentation. And their teacher put his hand up and he said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Can you tell these children how much time you spend planning a book?" And I said to him, "Do you want the truthful answer or do you want the diplomatic answer?" And he said, "I want the truthful answer." And I said, "I spend no time at all planning a book." And all the kids went, "Yes," because of course they've been told that they have to plan their stories. And I sort of qualified that, but I turned to the kids and said, but you do need to plan them. At your age, you have to do this, and you should pay attention to what he says. But when you get to my age, if you've read enough books, and they all went, kind of thing, so then you will understand the structure of the stories. The books are written very organically. I usually know the beginning of the story, and I have a vague idea of where I'm going to end up. It doesn't always necessarily follow, but the rest of it is a journey of adventure. And the way I write like that is because I think if I'm discovering it spontaneously as I go along, and it's exciting me to write it down on the page, then hopefully it will just be just as exciting for anybody who's reading it off the page. So it's a dangerous way to do it because you've got to be. What I try to do is leave a little cliffhanger at the end of every chapter. And many boys and girls write to me about the cliffhangers. Say, I got into trouble the other night because I was reading the book in bed and my mom came up and told me to switch the light off, and half an hour later I'd put the light back on again, and that kind of thing. And I find that very flattering when children write to me and say that kind of thing. And I always write back and say, well, okay, you should do what your mom and dad say, but I like to think your parents would be happy that you are at least doing something like reading, rather than playing on an Xbox or something.
Well, I think